I'm making something that I've never had before. It hails from an island way in the Pacific. It is a state, and that state is Hawaii. It's a popular dish over there, from what I've heard, and it consists of a bed of rice, a burger patty, gravy, typically with onions and mushrooms, and the last thing is a sunny side up egg, topped with some green onions. Amazing, right? It sounds delicious. I'm pretty sure I should stop talking and just get to cooking so I can get this in my belly. Without further ado, I'm gonna be making LOCO MOCO. Let's turn up the heat. Let's see it. This is going to come together super fast. The rice is probably going to be the longest part, so we're going to move that to the tippity top of our priority list and get that started. And right here I've got my 1 3/4 cups of water, and now go in with 1 cup of rice. Give this a quick stir just to make sure that rice isn't stuck to the bottom. Bring your water to a simmer, cover this back up, let this cook until that rice has soaked up all the water and each one of those little grains is perfectly tender. And once that rice is exactly how I described it, perfectly tender, sprinkle in about 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and that's all this needs because it's going to get smothered in that beautiful brown gravy. A traditional burger normally just gets seasoned with some salt, and that's enough. In this dish, it's not. So let's season it with 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, and 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Once it's fully mixed, go ahead, split this into 2 and make 2 individual 8-ounce patties. For your burger, you're going to get a pan on, get it ripping hot, and smack that puppy in. This meat has already been seasoned, but I'm gonna sprinkle in just a little bit of salt. Once your burger is ready to flip, go ahead, get underneath it. There are 2 things we need to chop for this. The first one is an onion, and the second one is an onion. This first onion is a sweet onion. All we need is half. And now you can go in and just make thin strips. And the next one is green onions. Nice thin rounds, just enough to top your egg. Once that burger's out of your pan, there's gonna be some nice fat. You're gonna wanna take advantage of that. Crack your sunny side up egg right into that fat. Continue cooking this until all that white is cooked and no longer runny. This gravy has to be perfect. It's gonna coat and drape over everything on the plate. It's really quite easy. Just toss in a little bit of oil, toss in your onions. As your onions start to caramelize, get 5 teaspoons of cornstarch and 1.5 cups of stock. Add about 1 cup of that stock to this bowl. Mix in that cornstarch. Add this cornstarch back to the stock. And now that these onions are starting to turn translucent and they have little brown edges, go ahead and add in your stock. Mix in 4 teaspoons of soy sauce. That's going to be your salt, and 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. And as this comes up to a simmer, go ahead and toss in 2 teaspoons of ketchup. Once this comes to a simmer and it's looking just like this and it's nice and thick and glossy, this is perfect right where you want it. Kill the heat. And now it's time for the best part, because after this I get to eat, starting with the rice. Next is your burger. After that goes your onions. On top of those onions goes that gravy. Lastly is that perfectly sunny side up egg. And then your green onions. And right here is a beautiful LOCO MOCO. I'm going LOCO for MOCO, baby. I'll cut into it on camera. Break into that yolk. Here it goes. Ooh, look at that. Look at it run. Liquid gold. Egg, burger, onions. Some of that rice and gravy. It tastes good. Everything comes together. That gravy coats everything nicely. There's nothing wrong with it, right? It tastes good. It's all going to the same place at the end of the day. If you like this video, give it a big fat thumbs up, smash the subscribe button, hit that bell, turn on the post notifications, ring the bell with me. 1, 2, 3, ding! There it is. And until next time, peace.